Welcome back to the CWF Backstage podcast being rebooted by myself, the Glorious Omni, and my wonderful, beautiful host.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Azure Mage. How y'all doing?
You know, we're off to a great start. Rico, Azure Mage, has been talking with me, and we're scuffing right off the bat. Let's go. We're killing it, my dude. My boy. We're killing it, my boy.
Yeah. Hey, it's for first episode scuffs, buddy. It's
First
perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
Anyway, I am the Glorious Omni. I play I play Maze Hughes, and I am the current reigning, defending CWF Heavyweight Champion and CWF. That's the wrong side of the wall. CWF Supernova Heavyweight Champion, which is currently being blocked by the regular Heavyweight Championship. I also play Maze Hughes as well.
Yeah. But who is the name of the champion? What does he go by?
I am the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog. Currently, Shadow 2 belts, the reigning, defending, ultimate champion that CWF has ever seen.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Yeah.
So I'm Azure Mage.
5 years to get this boy.
Just take it in, man. Take it in.
Anyway.
So I'm Azure Mage. I actually have a multitude of characters that I am in CWF. You may know me as Bandit Keith. You may know me as Sans. But also, you may know me as Larry as well. But, I do a bunch of characters. So, if any show that you've been to, you've probably seen me.
Yeah. That's my boy. My man bringing back the legend Zubaz and Alias past year. But so our our plan for this podcast, minus the scuff, is basically after each show we're gonna go into kind of like talk about things that happened during the show. We're gonna talk about some of our highlights, compare some of our different, for example, I won ALA this year. My boy won last year. We're kind of talking about the differences in like our victories, stuff like that. And plus, as time goes on, we're eventually gonna start bringing on other guests, other CWF performers, starting off. But hopefully, we're planning maybe getting some other special guests as well too. We actually had a wonderful special guest at ALA Day 1 this year, which we're definitely going to go into.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, and I think if we have time towards the end, we'll do like a Q&A. If anybody has any questions about anything and stuff like that. So yeah, feel free. But anyway, yeah, you Azure, Mage, my dude, my boy.
What's up, Omni?
Are we ready to jump into day 1?
Yeah, let's go into day 1.
Yeah, day 1 was, so I want to say, not just because I won this year, which is I know it's gonna sound like that, but this is one of the most fun CWF shows I think I've ever been a part of. Both the day 1 and day 2 like rosters were stacked. Nobody did a bad job. It was except for one person, a particular murderer of a famous character, but we're gonna go into that later. I didn't quite like him all that much, but yeah. But no, everybody was stacked. Just the talent on this roster just keeps growing more and more. And day 2 was awesome, or day 1 was awesome with the cinematic bits and stuff like that. But I might be a little biased because I was involved in a lot of that.
I mean, like, for day 1, I still wanted to help in some capacity, so that's why I decided to go up for a table. I was actually Gojo, so I was up there with Lashada and Stalker, and no, definitely because I didn't know what to actually pitch for day 1. That's why I just wanted to be on table. But all of the matches that were set up for day 1 was actually really, really good, especially that finale. Woo, that finale.
So we started off day 1 with tag match. It was myself as Shadow, and do we want to go real names here or no?
No, let's just go with like keep it kayfabe.
Yeah, myself as Shadow and Virgil, we went up against Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Dr. Ivo Robotnik. and just super fun tag match. I love working with those guys. Not really anything too crazy on that, except for they found the weakness of freaking Shadow the Hedgehog and Virgil, the Hedgelords, taking down Virgil.
Yeah.
I still,
Like,
I still stand by. They didn't beat me; they beat him.
to be perfectly honest, when you beat Sans and Papyrus at SDAC, okay, fine. When you beat me and Papyrus at SDAC, you guys came on really, really strong. Who knew the power of the Hedgelords would be able to defeat the power of brotherly love? But you know what? At the same time, it's like, oh no, this is their show. Let's give it to them.
You underestimated how much the CWF loves yaoi.
Yeah. But no, like, again, like, honestly, I thought you guys were going to retain it too, to be perfectly honest. I thought you guys were...
It was really close. From where I was standing, it kind of felt like they pulled it up towards the end. Whoever brought up the idea of love muffins was brilliant, and Ivo doing the censored version of Dr. Eggman's announcement was awesome. Plus mixing on Virgil being a deadbeat dad, we couldn't really do anything about that.
Yeah, it is funny how, like, actually, you know what? I wanted to point that out. For almost 2-3 years, every day one show, we have a bunch of dads going up on to perform. Have you noticed that? Like, we have Doof, we have Maze Hughes, we had Arthur, we had now does Ivo... Wait, Ivo does count. He does have a goddamn daughter, but then again, that was movie Ivo, so I guess that doesn't really count. But still, you know what I mean? It's kind of funny that way.
We're gonna have a best dad We're gonna have to have a best dad contest.
We did. We had the triple. Didn't we have like we had a dad off? I think it wasn't Hughes and
Hughes,
and
it was Hughes and Mr. Satan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because remember because I had my wallet and then Mr. Satan had his wallet and I was like, I have my bigger wallet. And that was for the scramble was that Vegas?
No, I don't think it was Vegas. I think it was... Oh, no, it was ALA last year.
Was it ALA?
Because we did do a scramble last year.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But moving forward, because again, as far as the tag match goes, again, yeah, the love muffin and also the deadbeat dad bits, yeah, I think when those stuck, yeah, the crowd already they were decided. I don't think the Yaoi Kiss may have won, but then again, the deadbeat dad was overpowering. So I don't know if you wanted to go and do it again.
I didn't want to do it the first time, but we didn't have a choice. No, so at San Diego AnimeCon, it was actually your tag team partner's fault. He just said, "Oh, you guys got to kiss or something," and the crowd started chanting. I looked at Virgil, and he looked at me. We both had a telepathic conversation. Do you really want to do this? I don't think we have a choice. Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, but still, I think, but both the performances were definitely solid.
Oh, yeah. It was really close, but they had it the entire time. Moving on, after that we had the Dr. Doofenshmirtz's 1 year as Blackout Champion celebration, and then Dr. Doom just came out and Loki beat the shit out of him with a steel chair. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, that was honestly the chair shots did. So we did talk about it, but I honestly thought that the chair shots did go good. But again, we'll just leave it at the chair shots look good to the crowd, and it was a good an
Yeah.
oh shit moment that surprised everybody that was involved.
Yeah.
So, and also it does bring up Doctor Doom and Loki to be, they're gonna do whatever it takes to get the attention of not being the jobbers of CWF. They want to go from superhero squad Doctor Doom over to Marvel versus Capcom 2 and 3 Doctor Doom.
Yeah, dude. Nah, Doom's got Satan and Loki in his corner. There's Darby the Gambler still kind of lurking there in the background. And there's a chance Doom's international variant forces might end up growing as well, especially now that Doom has the Blackout title. There's some real, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up trying to go after the tag belts next. And eventually this.
Yeah,
Like,
that's that is a consideration, but like I think at this time, I think Doom is just gonna cook and just flaunt it around, going, Doom has has finally got some gold, but he wants some platinum right there.
You think Satan's gonna find his way out of Doom's kind of stranglehold at any point?
You know what? I think when he's building up that confidence that he does have more wins over Doom, that at some point, we don't know when, we don't know how, but it's probably going to happen. And I think the face turn will happen. That's what I'm saying.
I'm looking forward to it. The day that Mr. Satan breaks free from Doom's clutches is gonna be a day to celebrate for all. Who knows? He could double down and take over the Latvian forces himself. So
yeah,
we shall see. But anyway, yeah, Doctor Doom is the current Blackout champion, and what a Blackout champion he is looking to be.
Yeah, we'll see what. Go.
I was gonna say Blackout champion is very fitting for Doctor Doom, reigning darkness.
Yeah, we'll see what underhanded tactics Doom and Loki are gonna pull off. Knowing how Doom plans stuff, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. And then after that, was it Soldier next? After that,
I believe it was I believe it was the Soldier match.
So this was a trip. So I know we're kind of fading in and out of kayfabe here. So this, I just realized we've kind of going in and out of kayfabe this part. So day one scuff, let's go.
Yeah.
So this was a fun segment. So Soldier comes out and he was scheduled to face Spicy Burrito in a grudge match. The original plan, so Soldier was looking to kind of get some of his heat back after losing the Supernova Championship and taking on Spicy Burrito, one of the top stars. Slightly out of kayfabe. That was our problem. But anyway, God, you made me lose my train of thought. Thanks, Terra Rising. You're not one in my book. He was looking to get some of his heat back after losing the Supernova Championship to yours truly. And who better to challenge the Spicy Burrito? But then the video played. Haunter kidnaps Spicy Burrito, knocks out Senior Mustache. What the hell do you think of that? Because like this clearly happened before the con, because they were outside the con center. So
yeah, to be perfectly honest, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, Haunter is going in there and wanting to make a name for himself, and also putting a word that this is a vengeful spirit coming after. Like, they want to prove something, and they're going. It's not like a Doom proclamation. This is like an actual. They want to make a change happen within the company.
Well, I want to say it started off at actually at San Diego when Mr. Satan won the Supernova Championship. When Jigglypuff didn't make it to the finals, like he ended up attacking Hughes, and that kind of set the he attacking Hughes. He ended up attacking Luigi, which led to the Hughes Concerto at ALA last year, which led to a whole bunch of other freaking stuff that happened. Actually, which is the segment after the segment coming up, we'll talk about.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so ever since Jigglypuff's been kind of on a downward spiral at some point. I guess like the conversion to Haunter's now been true. Um, what was the and what the hell was with the Alan Wake thing at the end?
I don't know. I was not expecting Alan Wake to be actually involved in that entire thing.
No, well, so Haunter even referenced it during his day 2 promo as well.
Yeah. So something's cooking.
I don't know.
So
We'll see, but leaving off day 2, we had no idea what was going on with Senior Mustache or Spicy Burrito for that matter as well.
yeah.
And that's just Soldier win. Soldier beat Spicy Burrito. It's in the records.
Yep. I
It's in the
mean,
record book.
hey,
And you
a
know
winner
what?
by default. A winner by default is still a win. Don't forget
Take
that.
I would say take the dub. That's the American way.
Yeah.
um. So after that, I'm doing this all by memory because I didn't write anything down because I am a professional podcaster.
Hey, we do it live, okay?
Hell yeah. There was Pacific Northwest after, if I remember correctly, wasn't it?
Yep. It was the surprise entrance of the PNW team coming in with Star-Lord surprising everybody. Being like, oh, wow, we haven't seen you on these grounds since forever.
Right? So I haven't really been following the Pacific Northwest stuff too much, mainly because I'm not Pacific Northwest and I am very busy. But I have been sleeping on these guys, and that is my fault because they put on an incredible performance. It ended up being one of the, no pun intended, one of the hottest superstars in the Pacific Northwest, Lytton and Nero, going up against, oh god, freaking it was Tuxedo Mask and 4Kids Entertainment.
Yup.
And
That team, those guys.
4Kids Entertainment might be one of the worst superstars I've ever seen in the CWF. Like I thought, I no look, I thought reality was bad, but oh my god, because reality made me confront things that I didn't want to confront, and that hurts. 4Kids just 4Kids was the actual worst, like ever. Like,
like going off of, so I actually did perform at 2 of the PNW shows. Okay, I was a co-host for 2 years, or was it? Actually, no, it was last year. Yeah, I did last year's Sakura Con. That's when Lytton won, and I was on table with Star-Lord and Horo as as Larry. And but also I performed with a bum knee, by the way.
the bum freaking knee.
Yeah, as Kazuma. And
Nice.
But for as far as who was grabbed for that side, those talents, yeah, they knew. Like after they got everything, they knew. And again, Lytton is a hidden, in my book, a hidden gem, because
100%.
he surprised me so much. And it's funny because we talked about this about this during the show. When he was just talking to everybody, he points at me, he's like, when Azure came to one of the Yaoi Bingo performances with Lashada, and saw me doing my normal thing, and when I went back over to go sit with him, Azure just looked at me, he's like, oh, you can do this, but you're afraid to perform at CWF? Are you kidding?
That's good. No, they did, like, dude, they did absolutely incredible. I love watching them go. I was also a big fan of Nero's performance as well too. It just I'm so glad they crushed them. I'm so glad they crushed them.
Oh yeah,
I'm so
and
glad.
for 4 kids, oh my god, 4 kids, the heat that 4 kids can build is just over the top.
It was
It
bad.
like if I wanted an actual embodiment of something I really want to punch in the face, I have that representation right there.
Fair. That's fair. Oh my god. Because immediately he's the guy to be like, no, why would you do that to me? This is assault. And I'm like, I'm just doing this. Like, dude, so bad.
It's like, and then it's like, oh, why are you pointing your finger at me? That's a gun. I pointed at a gun.
Oh man. Yeah, so so it was super cool seeing the Pacific Northwest guys come down. Great match. Check out CWF PNW. I know, to my knowledge, the Pacific Northwest has a lot of smaller shows compared to like the ALA that we have as well too, but they absolutely kill it up there. If you're in the area, go to those shows. If you're not in the area, watch those streams, watch those videos, because they kill it. They absolutely kill it. And I'm gonna rectify my mistake. I actually started watching a bunch of old PNW shows after that, so I'm gonna watch.
Yeah,
I'm working on the show We're Lit in One right now. I'm working my way through that one.
Yeah, their main show is Sakuracon. So that's the one where it's I'm just gonna point this out. The shows that I've done, they have been big, like really big, because they're like, last year was pretty much on. I don't remember if it was the main stage or it was the second main stage. Either way, it was a big stage, and it was a big crowd that came in.
Sakura?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. The first one I did was actually, okay, now I remember. So it was the main stage last year. The year that I performed was the smaller yet bigger, and it was an amphitheater setting. So it was everybody surrounding us, and then we just, you know how an amphitheater is set up, right? Yeah. It was both times were fun. I'll just say that much.
I'll also try to make a trip up there. Hopefully, if my work schedule changes. Definite shout out to those guys. And then I think, did we miss anything? I don't think we missed anything else, did we?
No.
All right, so then we had the final event, the main event, and this was cool because we were working on this for some time, but we actually had a special appearance with Takahata 101, the infamous VTuber, well known more from Team 4-Star, the voice of the best character, objectively the two best characters in Team 4-Star, Ghost Nappa and Perfect Cell.
Yeah,
and that's the hill I will die on. And that was awesome. We had American Goku take the end up. It was kind of a gauntlet, but it kind of wasn't, because there was only one actual match. But Cell showed up and talked American Goku down, but that was no actual match. And then Hollywood Nappa showed up. Oh yeah, that's right. We did skip a segment. We'll go back. We'll go back to that.
We'll go back to that because I think
we skipped my segment.
I think. Oh, hold on. We can just make it sound like this. We're gonna go over this positive, but then we're gonna go over to a negative.
Yeah, that's fair. Look. I took a mild concussion during that, so. But anyway, yeah. So like Hollywood Nappa was there, and then it actually ended up being American Goku versus Dende, and in dominant fashion, Dende got the W and beat down American Goku, which is always satisfying because American Goku. We're talking about 4 kids having a punchable face. American Goku also has a very punchable face.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So.
I mean, did you see him brush off Bandit Keith during SEAC? He's like, come on, dude, he's American too.
Yeah, but
Shifty eyes.
Bandit Keith, shifty, stupid. Bandit Keith is the right kind of American, whereas American Goku is not actually American. You all right. So that was the main event. So let's rewind a little bit. Now that was awesome. Shout outs to Takahata 101 for doing that for us. That was super freaking cool.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, that was it was a ton of fun. I was in the crowd for that segment. I'm standing in the back, kind of watching, laughing my ass off the entire thing. It was it was great. I'm sitting there going, "Oh my god, he's gonna do the thing! They're gonna do the thing!" And it was super fun. So yeah, definite shout outs.
I just like I think the one actually that entire segment was complete gold, but I think the one that made me laugh the most was Cell looking at American Goku like, what are you doing? That's not how you do the Kamehameha. You know what? No.
I'm not doing this. And he just nopes out of here. Oh, that was super funny.
Yeah. Anyways, now that we can rewind over to something that happened.
Yeah. So this was, and I may be biased because I was involved in this. This is my favorite segment of the night. So there's a story behind this segment.
Why continue? What was the segment first before we?
The segment was an interview segment with Mr. L talking about how why he just kept attacking Maze Hughes during last year's ALA. We're talking the sneak low blow on day one last year, cutting his entire day two promo, not even caring about the title, just ripping his entire promo on saying screw Maze Hughes, basically. And then the attack after round two as well. And so Stalker came out. Well, the host was like, hey, Mr. L, why did you do this? Hughes ends up interrupting, and they get into a confrontation. Some very heated words were exchanged, and Lasheda ends up making it an official match.
Yeah,
which was wonderful.
Yeah, and that was heat. That was a lot of heat, and just it was a finale coming that surprised everybody.
Yeah, Hughes got a little pissed off. Super kicked as best as he could. Mr. L breaking his chain in the process, and then went for the family fist, wrapping the wallet chain around. Went for a punch, but Mr. L ducked into a stunner for the finish. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. And who knew Mr. L has a strong stunner? Now we got to watch out.
Hughes hasn't been seen since. So
wow.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, so we'll see what happens after that. So that's actually a good segue into day 2.
Yeah.
Where about, I want to say it was a little more than halfway through. So we'll just kind of jump around. So for day 2, we hear Maze Hughes' music hit. We hear Mr. Budokai, who was the MC, saying, "Oh, good, we didn't think he was going to make it today." Announces Maze Hughes, and then Mr. L comes out, and yeah.
That fan has been in the CWF roster for 4 years. No. The loss.
Snaps Hughes' flag in 2. That flag got me in trouble at so many cons. I couldn't get into like 2 different AXs with it, so I had to redo it anyway. But yeah, so to the second, in my opinion, from where I was sitting, the second biggest boo of the night, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
but I do want to like, let's go back to talking about the lead up to night 2, because it was like we're just gonna go over like a couple of background stuff, not too much, but
Yeah.
this literally was our biggest roster for an ALA.
We
That
had
was
19 people, not including. Was that including? That was not
that
including the champ.
that was not including the champ.
Yeah, there was 20 combatants, including Parappa the Rapper, who was the defending champion. It was insane.
Yeah, and we it it surprised everybody, and well, it made Parappa work a little harder too. So
Right.
With that being said, everybody that was in the roster, uh, old and new combined,
Mhm.
did an amazing job.
Yeah, it was. I say I don't think nobody really put on a bad performance. There was one performance that, in my opinion, had an incredible idea, but the execution wasn't the best, in my opinion. There was one person. You want to talk about the newbies?
Yeah, go over
So
the newbies.
we had two brand new participants. Their very first CWF show was our very first competitor.
Terry.
Who did Perry Bogard, um, who did awesome. They got hit with a little stage fright, which was unfortunate, but happens to the best of us. As I was sitting in the crowd waiting for my turn to start. I've been doing this for 3 years. I had a damn near panic attack before I went up there and did my stuff. So I feel that.
Yeah,
But no, he did really good. He was still able to get like good chants and stuff going when he was able to get the courage to get something out, which was solid. So he definitely gets some massive props.
yeah. No, again, that's stage fright for basically anybody, either new or old, is going to be a major factor. But
Mhm.
just know that we all piggyback off of each other, and we'll don't be afraid to ask for like hey, how do I shake these how do I shake this stage fright out of me or anything? No, just literally just come up and ask.
Dude,
It's just we're all here to help.
I was literally doing DDP yoga before the freaking show. I'm sitting there going like,
Namaste.
you guys gotta bring it back. Dude, DDP yoga is solid, man.
Yeah,
But yeah, no. So yeah, definitely, yeah. So shout outs to Terry Bogard on his first show. Definitely looking forward to seeing him compete some more. Uh,
yeah.
definitely looking forward to that. And then we also had 4Kids Luffy do their first show as well too. And I've seen some of the other stuff that the performer had done and everything as well too. So personally, I was a little worried about their promo going into it. I thought they were going to get a little lost in the sauce, which I have that problem a lot, which is probably me projecting my own issues. But I knew who was working with them, and they had a lot of practice with that, and they were a glorious asshole.
Yeah.
They were great. They were great. The way they played it off when they start off with "We Are" as the opening theme, but then it switched to the 4Kids rap, which in my opinion is the better song personally. But that's
I'm
my
not
one thing.
gonna argue because it's catchy. It really is catchy.
I love the One Piece rap, but like the faces on that where people like, wait a minute, this is not the right Luffy. It was great.
Yeah, those reactions were funny.
It was good. It was good.
I was in the back with you, and we were looking around, and we were just yucking it up.
No, I was still no, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to pay attention as best I can. A lot of this, 'cause I rewatched during the premiere, so
Oh yeah,
I I was only able to focus on a couple people's promos because I was really trying to get in my headspace before mine. Um, I tried to focus on a bunch, but I'm like, I can't. I gotta focus. Um,
yeah. But yeah, the four
it,
kids
it was
Luffy.
it was a really good Titantron. It was a really good
It
Titantron.
was a good
It was
Titantron,
good. Yeah,
but as far as the performance goes, yeah, Four Kids Luffy they have the potential to grow, and
there
they have the
is.
potential to. Let's just see where they're going to go either they're going to stay with where they are, or they're going to transition into actually being a Luffy that's going to, be for the crowd. Who knows?
I think if you're, I think if they're gonna stick with the 4 kids, I don't think you can be for the crowd personally. Um, but we'll see. We'll cross the bridge.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
definitely
just
shout out.
know. I just know that all the Sanjis in the crowd would be like, "Oh, it's a goddamn cigarette, not a goddamn lollipop."
Not in that canon. No, not in that canon. It's not. Don't lie. All right. Let's see. Oh, you want to talk about yours?
You really want me to talk about him?
Let's talk. Let's talk about yours because you had a really interesting. So what I liked about yours is you took you and one other person. You took something that I don't think anybody was actually like. We didn't think anybody would know, and got it over somehow. I don't know if you heard, but when your name popped up on the screen, there was one dude in the crowd that was like, "Holy shit, it's Zubaz!" Oh, this one dude, you can hear it on the stream, just completely loses everything, and it's wonderful. Dude, it was the best.
It wasn't just one guy. It was like 4 people. There was also 4 people who lost their minds because they're like, "It was Zubaz!"
One guy in particular. There was one guy in particular, like about 3 rows from where I was sitting, who was the biggest. It was the best. Like, so it gave me flashbacks to so I went back when I rewatched when I did Shadow for San Diego Anime Con. Um when my music hit, there's a dude right next to the camera, and he's like, "Is that Shadow the fucking Hedgehog?" And then when my tag team partner was announced for you guys, the same guy you hear, "Oh, they got Virgil." It was so like it very well may have been the same guy because it sounded similar, but it was so funny.
Oh, that's
Like,
hilarious. Now, okay, there's some funny lore about Zubaz other than his actual lore, because that's even funnier. Yeah, no, there is actually lore in the actual CWF, lore for Zubaz. You see,
all right.
Zubaz is the complete hidden character in the roster, and he is the one that just shows up. And then and the one time he shows up, people completely lose their mind. And then when he disappears, "Where's Zubaz? Where's he coming from?" And then when they look at me, it's like, "Oh, what are you gonna bring back Zubaz?" I'm just looking at him like, "Oh, you put in the code?" They're like, "Oh, there's a code." So Coach Cotters, who's also it was also Negan and Trash Man. Every single show that we're doing, either at Fanime, ALA, any show that he's in, literally walks up to me, looks me, Rigo, I mean, Azure, please bring back Zubaz. He is freaking amazing. I'm like, "Oh, well, you got to put in the code." He put in the code. And when he put in the code, that was the show he didn't show up for.
So fucking funny. He got so mad. He's like, "You're doing Zubaz? I hate you." It was so good.
And the other thing about Zubaz is because he's the secret character, he's also the complete joke character. You think you have jobbers like I'll call myself out on this. Bandit Keith, yeah, he's a jobber.
I like your Bandit Keith though.
I'm gonna call you. Fine, I'll call you out then. Darby, he's a jobber.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's totally
but
fair.
but Zubaz is not meant to be a guy who gets over whatsoever.
Dan Hibiki has more than
Dan Hibiki does have more wins than Zubaz. He was a joke that became actually high tier. But no, Zubaz is that one character where when he comes out, he's gonna say some random ass shit. And then he's gonna talk about how he actually showed up in other games. Unfortunately, people forgot what games those were.
That's true. Well, technically, isn't all of them?
He was he was in Dive Kick, and he was in Shovel Knight, and also he was in a couple of other indie games. But yeah, he is the most sought after indie character, but never the guy to go into main roster.
He has more offers than any other character to ever participate in any fighting games. It always conflicts with his schedule. He can never make it.
Yeah. But that's enough about Zubaz.
Yeah.
Again, if you want Zubaz to show up at the next show, you got to put in the code.
Got to put in the code. That is the rule. I still don't know what the code is, so
that'll be something told later.
Okay. What did you think about the Stig?
The Stig. So the Stig being first of all, the Stig being the first pantomime character in the CWF roster is very surprising. The second thing about the Stig is that so many people in the crowd were Top Gear fans. Holy crap.
Right? I was not prepared for that.
Neither was I. And they did it really, really good. I mean, I've only watched a couple of episodes of Top Gear, but I've seen the Stig, and yeah, they did it.
I had no clue what that even was. The most I knew about it is that it was a character that was going to pantomime the entire time, and I was 50-50 on it. And holy crap, it got over. Okay, so I had done Maze Hughes for the last 2 years the last 3 years at ALA, because I did my debut where I won the End of the Vault, and then the year after I cashed in, and then last year you ended up making it to the finals as Larry and overtook me.
Yeah.
And I was getting mad because I would always lose to a goddamn meme. Like I won where I beat Spicy Burrito, but then when I cashed in, Spicy Burrito beat me because there was that group of dudes with the Chorizo 316 t-shirts, and I lost to a meme. The year after, Larry shows up, and by being stone-faced and just saying, yeah, everybody's PTO is approved, I lose again to a meme. Dig cuts his promo, and it goes, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to knock anything on this, because I'm super stoked. I don't want to see anybody fail, and I am super stoked this got over. I thought it was hilarious. I'm glad it got over. But I'm sitting here thinking, after he finished his promo, God damn it, I'm losing to a meme again. Damn it.
Yeah. That really is something that that does get over a lot. It's usually like the known meme that will put over certain characters, and
Yeah.
I understand it's frustrating.
Well,
but
so okay, not like seriously frustrating at all, because I just have a it's just like, God damn it, because like at Hughes, with Hughes, I put in a lot of work into my promos, stuff like that. I did like at AX, I had like the slideshow stuff. Like, I always try to concoct a story, but I was like, God, I'm gonna lose to another meme but fortunately for me, I had a stronger meme. I embraced. I took in and I embraced what has been beating me the entire time, and I took the power. I took the power of memes for myself because that's how you win in CWF. You use memes. At least I
Yeah,
probably
chat
will.
knows.
Yeah, I probably will lose to a meme if anime. Speaking, since Don Corneo just jumped into the chat, let's talk about the Don's performance.
Oh my
Don
god, yes, I really
dude.
wanted to talk about Dawn.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, let's talk
boy.
about Don. Let's talk about Don. Don, that's probably Don's best performance, like bar none. Did
Oh yeah.
such a good job. Which is funny because the guy who plays Don also does Soldier, and he hadn't done Don for a while. He was getting a little burnt out of doing Soldier, so he's all like, "Yeah, I want to do Don." He was feeling it. Hey, bro, he freaking bought it, and I think he was second, right?
He was second.
Yeah, he brought Don brought the heat, like, and nailed it.
Yeah.
So
I
absolute fucking kudos.
So what I want to say about Dawn is, and I've said this to like everybody in the green room and everything about Dawn. Dawn's performances, from the ones that he comes to, has grown exponentially with every show that he's been in.
Oh, absolutely.
The ability to be able to take a funny minor character from a very famous franchise and game, and to make it like how he has it to where he is now, is a really, really good talent, and performance wise is just really amazing. So, and just again, if Dawn is able to go to an 18 plus show, like
Oh my god,
that is just gonna be
very
strong.
If we do HentaiCon again this year, if they bring us back for HentaiCon, I want to see Don at HentaiCon because that is just oh my god, he would win. I don't think there'd be any beating Don Corneo at HentaiCon personally.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of ideas of what we do, what may show up for Hentai Matsuri.
Hentai Matsuri.
That's just a little. Yeah, that's just a little teaser. I'm not gonna give you more.
Dude, I haven't. Dude, I'm busy thinking about Fanime right now. I can't even. I can't even think about anything else after that. Let's see. Let's go down a little bit. Taxman Jax was really funny.
Taxman Jax was funny.
Taxman Jack was funny. I really enjoyed what they brought to that. I think it's the first I've seen them doing heel.
Yeah. As far as a dedicated heel, yeah, that was a really good job and riled up the crowd really, really good.
Oh yeah, I got Comic-Con Revolution too.
Yeah, but
I'm doing back-to-back belt defenses. God damn it!
Oh wow.
Yeah, well,
but do we want to talk about the main heel of the show, or do we want to shout out a couple more before that?
I want to at least make a quick comment on everybody.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Because everybody did solid. I don't want to leave anybody out. So yeah, Taxman Jack did just. It was a funny character. I don't remember what the hat said, but I remember the hat was his hat was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that. So this was a swerve that I didn't know was coming, but Batman and Robin. That was glorious. That was glorious. That was a brilliant idea. Kudos for that.
Tara's actually pointing out something good. So Yato. Yeah, Yato was really good.
I actually have the list, so I'm just kind of running them all. Yeah, I'm just kind of running them all in order.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just wanted to point out because Tara's pointing it out. Yato was good for bringing him up. However, yeah, his positioning was
bad positioning.
Bad.
That was because bad positioning, which sucks because they did so good. Like the promo, like I don't know that anime, but like my wife knows that anime, and she loved it. She was losing. She cheered harder for Yato than she did for me, which I'm a little offended by. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. If Yato went before Nokotan, then he may have been able to get the start a cult chant to be stronger.
Yes. It was such awful positioning. Like I
Yeah.
feel, I would say Yato did get robbed personally, but that just shows how strong the freaking field was. It shows how strong the field was. That like that the fact that Yato didn't make it to round two. Like shout outs to Yato.
Shout outs.
So,
but also shout outs to Nokotan too, because
shout outs to Nokotan.
Nokotan has again another character in the roster that has the potential to be big. I'm sorry, Omni, it's another meme, but no.
They did Nokotan when that entire anime is just memes.
It's not only memes; it's non sequiturs. There's a they got two on you, buddy. If they go over with not only the memes and the non sequiturs, then they may become a force to be reckoned with. But it's a workshop. It's a workshop.
Okay. Well, I'll have to keep an eye out.
Yeah. But Litton's performance was also really good, and it's funny how Litton's other chan.
That was so. How did that start? I just hear the entire crowd doing it, and I was like, how does the even? How do people even hear that?
Yeah. So that actually started at Fanime.
Really?
Because when Litton won Sakurakon, they came to Fanime, and when they were doing their performance at Fanime, that's when the
it's so
started.
brilliant. It was so good, and they even reacted. It was like, "Did you guys hear something? No, okay." Like that was so good. That was so good. Shout outs to the Pacific Northwest.
PNW. Woo.
King Boo did solid. I actually helped King Boo with their promo. It was because they're trying to figure out how, because they always like throwing the AI art something. I was like, why don't you do this? And so I kind of like how they led it into almost like they wanted to help, and then say we're gonna rebuild the belt with AI art, and then they got a good solid pop out of that. So that was really cool.
Yeah,
that was really good.
And they I don't know if I want to say it, but I mean, when the crowd is saying boo, you're egging King Boo on. You're just making the ego even more inflated.
Technically you're chanting their name.
Yeah.
Technically you're helping them. So is King Boo actually a heel is the question.
In the sense of what King Boo represents.
But everybody cheers for Boo, so
you know what? You got a point there. You got a point there. The King Boo being more face than the actual intended heel. It's like, what?
It's like Roman Reigns, but opposite.
Oh God! So that means we gotta get the equivalent of Paul Heyman to be King Boo.
Oh my God. No, what needs to happen is King Boo needs to win the Yen and Vault briefcase, and everybody start like booing them, and then Petey Pronic needs to come out just looking super confused, like, why is everybody booing you, or why is everybody cheering for you? All right, let's keep going. We got a big roster to go through.
We do.
Helltaker is always fun. I love Helltaker. I love when King Boo is the Joe Hendry of CWF.
Helltaker is always a solid entry. Every single show that Helltaker comes into is always solid. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
It's the power of pancakes.
It really is.
It's the power of pancakes and partying until the clock breaks.
It's partying, pancakes, and a pretty girl, plus a pretty powerful catchphrase.
Yeah.
And they were saying boo earns.
Who else we got?
I love seeing Helltaker. I love seeing Helltaker. Oh, okay. This is one of my favorite competitors. Stone Cold Steve Construction Worker.
Oh my God, building. Let me tell you about building. That guy. It's like when you put building against Larry, it's two sides of the coin.
It really is. It's Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon just flips.
His gimmick.
It's Stone Cold Steve Construction Worker.
It is. And
exactly what it is.
And it gets bigger every time he shows up, and it just works.
He's gonna be champ. He's gonna be champ someday. 100%. Building will be CWF champ at some point. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. Next,
so we had Sailor Mars, the
Sailor Mars,
the femme girl boss power.
That was an idol.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Idol. I apologize. It was Idol Mars.
Yeah.
I think if she would have actually stepped on somebody, then they would just awarded her the belt right then and there, because that's how strong that was.
See, the thing is about the step on me chant is, when it does actually happen, then it puts the crowd in your favor.
Yep.
Case in point, Francesca Von Karma and Bayonetta.
Yep.
That's what that is what put them over immensely. Now,
mommies are strong.
Now, Sailor Mars has the potential. They really do have the potential, but they also need. This is just my criticism, and they need to be able to go with what gets thrown at them and then come up with an immediate rebuttal. That is my take.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, because anything can happen on.
So I know they did Sailor Mars at San Diego AnimeCon as well too, and I thought they were going to jump to the finals. It was really close between me and her. Like, we're talking, I made it to the finals by like that much. So yeah, it was not far off. So they're 100%. They're going to be a belt holder at some point in the future.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
She stepped on me after I jumped on the blue shot. All right, that's fair. Let's see. We talked about 4Kids. We talked about Litton. Super solid promo. Mr. L came back with the troll entrance.
Yep.
And then broke the flag because he's a son of a bitch. Great Saiyaman.
Great Saiyaman.
Great Saiyaman is always fun to watch. I love watching Great Saiyaman.
Great Saiyaman gave that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air gimmick, and I think it was good, but they could push more if they really wanted to. But then again, I think the thing about Great Saiyaman is he's more geared towards who is the belt holder at the time and wants to try and dethrone it by imitating it.
Which is fair.
Yeah. Who else we got?
We had Noko Shikanoko, which we talked about. Haunter.
Haunter.
Haunter murdering Spicy Burrito.
Yeah. And what was Haunter again has an objective, and they're gonna go through and play out that objective no matter what the cost, and no matter what the price and the casualties are.
Well, it's clear that they don't care about the belt. Like, they don't want to win the belt for themselves. They want to win the belt to destroy, because Haunter said multiple times it's about Lasheda. I don't know what Lasheda did, how Lasheda screwed over, because I'm assuming something happened when he was Jigglypuff. Like, all of this seems to have come out of nowhere. So I don't know why Jigglypuff, or rather now Haunter, is taking all of this personally.
Yeah. But with Spicy Burrito being murdered, that leaves us with You want to say it?
I'll say it.
Say it.
Jamie Gomes.
Jamie Gomes. I didn't expect a Ken to show up in the roster swinging at full force, but they did. And it had we lost a true champion that night. No.
That Lashada person is sus, but she's hot, so I guess she's the best. Mamacita always gets a pass. We do not allow Lashada slander in this chat.
No. They pay our
CWF
paychecks.
Decree, whoever you may be. I know who that is.
But
fire us. Yes, she will. She'll fire all of us.
She'll fire all of us.
Why hasn't she fired Haunter yet? Like, Haunter murdered Spicy Burrito and created the monstrosity that is Jamie Gomes. Lashada needs to answer. Like, why is Haunter like? That's messed up.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But Jamie Gomes,
hold on. Before we get to that, and how the fuck does Alan Wake fit in all this? Like, there was a little bit at the end of the video on day one, and then Haunter's like, "Oh, Alan Wake, I know you were screwing with me," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, look, it's questions for later. We'll go into that later.
I don't know, but anyway, on to
the less we talk about Jamie Gomes is. Well, I mean, I guess we can talk a little bit about it, but we do have to watch.
He gave me a violation. I tore it up. So Spicy Burrito's Titantron hits. Haunter's Dream Eater arrives. And did you hear it? Senior Mustache, completely full accent, listing off the ingredients of guacamole. Like there's onions, there's this. I'm too white to be doing that. But then he goes to say jalapenos, and he just goes jalapenos, just out of nowhere. What?
Yeah, it was
the worst.
I have no words on what I know. There's heat. There is heat up to here that grows every day. But yeah.
The burrito, Senior Mustache is not only dead. Senior Mustache has been completely corrupted. No longer from your nearest Taco Bell. No longer giving joy to everybody with the biggest burritos everybody's seen in their life. But he's now from your local country club, the owner of an HOA, and the biggest Karen. Look, the biggest Karen I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
Again, just no words I can say live that I have that I can say off of the mic right now to describe the heat other than See, this is how bad. This is how bad. He muted himself. This is how bad he got. This is the rage of your champion, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's how I feel about Jamie Gomes.
You good there, buddy?
I feel better.
Okay. Let's go to semis.
Let's go to semis.
Well, okay,
Um,
let's talk about Parappa's entrance going into semis. He
Let's do it.
had backup dancers.
It did. That was solid. Solid. And go figure, Parappa the Rapper can actually rap.
Yeah. But we also know that the man can dance. And well, let's just say that he's probably gonna go focus more on his dancing, but he'll probably come up with more diss raps and inspirational quotes when he comes back.
All he can do is believe. That's all Parappa the Rapper can do is believe.
Yeah. But can he believe? Mm.
So round two, we had God. There was so many people that could have made it. There were so many people that could have made it, but unfortunately, it's got to
It's
be
got to cut
narrowed.
down.
It's got to be narrowed, unfortunately, and it sucks. I do not envy the judges for when they have to not bring people up for round two. That's got to be the hardest decision that they can make.
Yeah.
So I don't envy I don't envy their decisions at all. I definitely respect all their decisions as well. But we had Helltaker made it.
Yep.
Sailor Mars made it.
Yep.
Don Corneo.
Mm-hmm.
The Stig.
Yep.
Jamie Gomes made it.
Jamie Gomes.
There's one. I made it as Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yep.
Which I want to talk about, and there was one more. My brain is going away. There was 7, wasn't there?
There was 7. I forgot who the. Oh yeah, Building.
Yeah, Building. How did I forget Building? I blame Jamie Gomes for making me forget Building because I got so mad when I thought about Jamie Gomes that I forgot about Building. I'm very sorry. Please don't destroy my house.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about this for a second, okay?
Okay, go for it.
Normally, I don't like acting like I don't like saying shit like that, but I felt really confident. I felt very positive I was going to make it to round 2 because I felt strong in my promo. I know how good of I was pretty confident about how good of a reaction Shadow the Hedgehog was going to get. I was second to last on the roster to go as Shadow. And so I did my promo stuff of that, and then Haunter did their final promos of that. And I'm listening to them call people up one by one. I was like, oh, they did solid. Good for them. They did solid. Good for them. They did awesome. Good for them. And I'm thinking, so 4 people get called up, and I'm thinking, oh God, did I not make round 2? A 5th person gets called up. I didn't make round 2. You know what? GG's. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the show. Sit back. The 6th person gets called up. I take my wig off, and I'm just chilling because that thing is very uncomfortable. And I'm just chilling at this point. I'm kind of, you know what? We're just gonna go. I'm just gonna watch. We're gonna see how this plays out. And then Lashada goes, I've got one more card. In that with that sultry mamacita voice. And I'm like, well, now I'm curious who it is. Then the crowd starts chanting, we want Shadow. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's me. Oh, shit, it kind of has to be me. Oh, God. So I scramble my wig on really quick. And then somebody behind me, I keep forgetting who it was, even though they told me like 4 times. They're like, dude, you should stand up. And I'm like, I should. Fuck, I'm trying to get my wig straight. So I stand up and I just wait. I just glare, you know, because I got to get back into I got to get into character gigs. I completely checked out, and then they called me up and I make it to round 2. And I was like, so as I was walking up in character in my head, I was thinking, oh God, I guess I did make it. And then I found out later.
Thinking about it, I think it was me that was telling you.
I think it was you that was telling me.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Like, dude, you need to stand up while they're chanting. I was like, I'm working on. I was trying to fix my wig. It was fucking crazy. But no, I was convinced I didn't make. I was convinced I didn't even make round 2 because everybody did solid.
Yeah. Everybody's round 2 promos were solid. Again, shout out to you doing the colorful bunch because you know that of course you had to do it. You had to do it.
So my original plan was I was saving that for when I defended the belt for the first time, but it just felt right.
Yeah,
it just felt
right. the Stigs, the Stig made you worried.
They
The
did.
Stig made you worried.
Did. I was very worried about the Stig. I was very worried about the Stig. I was worried about a lot of people actually. I was worried about the Stig. I was worried about everybody. Okay, first and foremost, I was worried about everybody because everybody had a chance. I thought if it wasn't gonna be me, if I had to pick two other competitors, if it wasn't gonna be me, I thought it was gonna be the Stig or Jamie Gomes. Like with Bill being very close behind him, and then Dawn, and then Sailor Mars. But I mean, like, if I were to space these out, we're talking stacking on this freaking close
Oh,
and
wait a
stuff
minute.
like that.
I totally forgot. There was another one. Helltaker was there too.
Oh, that's right. Helltaker did make it. I thought I said
Yeah.
Helltaker.
Did you? Well, still, either way,
I'm not sure.
everybody's semi was solid. But
Yeah,
when
everyone did so good.
it came down to it, you got it over. And
I think what helped was actually a screw up on my part helped. So I knew I was going to start off with the colorful bunch line. I kind of made that decision as I was walking up. But the Spanish line was supposed to be in round 1.
oh,
I did not have time. I ran out of time because I heard Daniel go wrap it up, and I was like, shit. So I just fast forward. I just fast forwarded to my last line at that point. So that was supposed to be during my round 1 promo, but I think moving that to round 2 helped.
yeah. And so with that out of the way, now we can go to the finals, where you get the thing about Parappa is if you try to rap against him, he's gonna go over you. But no, you were. That's why I was actually worried when you were going with when you tried to go for a rap for your first back and forth. I'm like, oh no, don't do it.
So my plan was going into this show, I had plans for all 3 promos if I made it. So my plan was always to I obviously round 1 Latina's meme. That's what I was gonna do. Round 2 was I actually took that rapping bit from an Alan Wake song. Look up The Ribbon by Stupendium. It's like the first like 3 it's like the first like 3 lines from that song that I repurposed for this because it fit. And I knew it could do that because I can't rap. So I knew I was gonna do that. And if I made it to the finals, I knew what my second promo was gonna be. I wrote out the 1, 2, 3s of Shadow the Hedgehog as an homage to Skeletors and the Great Papyrus's ABCs. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was at work. I had a slow day at work, and I was just kind of like pacing the floor, thinking, okay, I could do an ABC. And I kind of started because I wanted to be kind of like a rap, but I ended up presenting it a little bit slower, which I think kind of like helped. But like for like 3 hours on the floor, I was walking around. Okay, I start off with 10. What can I do? 10. Would do 9, but I got to make it rhyme with the previous one. Then I could change the rhyme scheme for the next one. And so I just kept going that out. And then for the next like week, I would just repeat like, okay, I've got 10 different ways I'm going to kick your ass. I've got 9 different moves for that sexy Latina last. I'll get 8 hours of sleep with that title at my side while you'll study for 7 days a week to learn just how your title reign died. You've had 6 months to prepare for this championship defense, but in the next 5 minutes, the reign of Shadow will defense. Got about 4 more hours, so I need to catch my flight with 3 sexy Latinas with whom I'm celebrating tonight. Well, you'll have 2 shoulders on the mat primed for my victory and 1 brand new champion standing. Count it. 1, 2, 3.
That was solid, and that was definitely what gave you the win. In my book, that's what gave you the win, because that was what's more solid than solid.
Well, what I didn't want to do was do a full-on rap battle. What I wanted to do was just do a normal promo, which I had no idea what to do until right before the show. Because I'm like, how do you insult the adorable little rapping dog without coming across like an asshole?
Yeah.
So I didn't. And I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Budokai. So at the start of round 1, my original plan was going to do the chaos control as I did. And I knew Parappa the Rapper was not going to sell it because why would he? But I did know that Mr. Budokai would. And I did not tell him I was going to do that. And he was right there. And I'm all like, thank you. You are on point. So shout outs to Mr. Budokai.
Nice.
So my plan was round one. I was gonna kind of lean into the memes a little bit more, with that, which was cool. And then I ended my promo with, so let's see you rap to that. You're trying to bait it. So then I started off my second round promo with, you're predictable. Rapping's all you have. So let's count down the reasons why you're gonna lose, sort of. But what I wasn't expecting was for him to challenge me to put up the Supernova Championship.
Oh yeah, no, that was yeah, that was the complete curve, just out of nowhere. Yeah, let's make it a 2-belt.
I wish I would have played that up a little bit more, because I could have. That ended up benefiting him, but I could have played that if I would have really played that up instead of just instantaneously going, "Let's do this." If I'd have been like, "You people want to see it," kind of like sort of. If I would have really kind of hyped it up, I could have turned that in my favor. So that particular exchange, I ended up losing. But no, I was down, and it was legit too. Like, if I would have lost, I would not have any of my belts.
Yeah.
So,
but
yeah,
you rode it through. Now you're Shadow 2 belts.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
And now that we covered that, I do want to do a good comparison, because
you won as Larry last year. And I know how hard it is. So actually, you go for it. You talk about your experience, and then I'll talk about mine.
So when I won last year, actually before I even won last year, when I came up with entering as Larry, it literally was a joke.
Dude, I told you from the offset you were going to win as Larry.
Again, my mindset for entering into CWF is I just want to entertain, honestly. A complete 100% honest thing for all of my entries is I just want to entertain.
Same.
But if the belt happens, the belt happens. And when I pitched Larry to the green room, everybody's like, "Oh, do it. Do it. Do it." And I'm just standing there like, okay, I'll go for it. And yeah. And just the entire time when Larry came on, everybody was confused, but when he got up there, then everybody knew. And then when I performed it, like, okay, I'm internally screaming the entire promo, but the outside you couldn't see it because it was Larry.
At least my character can yell.
Yeah. And I remember the funniest thing was backstage. I'm just relaxing and I'm just watching the back stream in the back with everybody. And then when they started calling up the semis, I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then suddenly, now we're bringing up the most electrifying competitor in this night. I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't know who that could be." And then LaShayna says, "Larry,
PTO."
That was my real reaction, and everybody was laughing. Then they laughed harder when this turned into
it was so
when on stage, and when it came down to it again, it's like, oh, okay, let's do more of the Larry stuff, and let's see what else he can do. Again, everybody that was up there, just like this year, everybody had a solid promo. Maze had a solid promo, and I was.
If you weren't there, I would have had it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it literally came down to you and me for who was going to go after Coach Connors.
You had that from the offset, dude. You had that
Yeah,
from the offset. So
yeah, and then when it came into Larry, now for as my tenure for being in CW, being a CWF performer, every single match that I have done for all the shows have either been a handicap match or a goddamn triple threat match, and this one had to be a triple threat match. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go.
because we wanted the because we wanted the Coach Connor's reign of terror to continue after X.
Yeah, and just wow. Again, the entire time I'm internally screaming at myself. It's like, oh my god, this is hard. This is hard. This is hard. To just keep doing it. And yeah, you understand now how trying to keep a stone face with who you're going up against, including the crowd's cheers and jeers, is one of the hardest skills to have when you're a CWF performer.
Oh, Justin 100% broke me like 3 times. Well, when we were doing our back and forth, he 100% broke me. I had to turn away a couple times. Part of the reason why I was facing away from the crowd is because I had a big ass stupid dorky grin on my face because I was laughing, trying to shake it off like a smirk. Like, look at this guy. When I'm in reality going, oh my god, that's so funny. So how difficult was it for you to maintain a straight face after they announced your victory?
So remember how I pointed out my shocked face during when I was backstage?
Mhm.
Let's
Yes.
multiply that by 100. But that was all internal. And it was just like, oh my god, are you serious? I won. And yeah, just it was it to be perfectly honest, it's indescribable. When you get the crowd over and they're all for you, it's one of the most exhilarating feelings, to be perfectly honest.
It really is.
I mean,
I said this.
how did you feel?
So, well, I'm gonna reference back my to my only Maze Hughes victory actually. When I won Yen in the Vault, having a room of like 400 people chanting "Daddy" at me wasn't something that I didn't think I wanted in my life. Um, but like the absolute like actually winning the big belt this time around, it is such an incredible like. So okay, have I just been not paying attention? Did they always hand the belt to the champ, or did I
Yeah.
just forget that in the moment?
No, they always hand the belt to the champ,
So
unless it's scripted, where the previous champ, mainly a heel, tries to get it back.
okay,
That's when it
that's
turns
fair.
into yeah.
So I was so like shook that I ended up with because it was really close between me and Parappa. It was super close. When they actually announced me, I was just kind of like, I gotta stay in character. I'm just like, yes, I was able to kind of like, at least, pump up there as well too. And then I did the freaking pose, and Daniel, Mr. Budokai was good enough to put the freaking belt on and stuff like that. And then they handed me the mic, and I'm like, oh god, what do I say? I have to yell. I have to stay in character. I have to yell something. I have to stay in character. I need to let this out. So that's why all I could do was just thank you, and then I fell to my knees and just yelled Maria because I had to let something go. Because and at that point, I kind of felt like I could kind of go like yes, kind of like sort of because it's such a like it's so hard to stay in character when that happens, man. It was great.
Yeah, and
I turned around. I think I told you actually. I was like, I turned around on stage. I was talking. I was like, "Can I break character?" Oh my god! Nobody's looking. Can I break character now? Oh my god! I won.
yeah, so that's what we were joking about that too, like leading up to today's episode. It's like, oh yeah, we can talk about how you felt when you won, and then we can talk about how I felt when I won, and both leading into it's like, oh, how long can we keep character? Because I
Right, how long do
really
we have
want
to
to.
hold it? How long do we have to hold it?
Really want to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell,
but
LA was fun. Thank you. I have the memes now. Look at me. Look at me. I am the meme captain now.
Yeah. Now, but this is your next challenge now. Remember, you have to defend.
Fanime. I gotta
You have to defend at Fanime.
So I don't want to count the tag team title defense because it's still a typical format.
Yep.
But I've never actually so I'm gonna have a little bit of a warm up because it looks like I'm defending the Supernova Championship at Comic-Con Revolution in Ontario. So I will have a little taste, but I don't even know how to approach a defense. I'm gonna do a bunch of research on it as well too. It'll be fun though. It'll be fun though.
Yeah, I just I think the only real tip I can really say is just know that you really have to focus on yourself and what makes you the rightful owner of the belt.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I have some plans. I know. So I already have an idea for my second verse promo that I want to do. I'm slowly formulating some general ideas I can use against anybody. That I think will be effective. Because to my knowledge, nobody has ever retained at Fanime.
Nope.
So
Fanime has always been the show that the previous that the champ from ALA was not able to retain the belt. It's always been a turnover. Will you be the one that breaks the streak?
Retentions are very difficult in CWF in general. Single title transitions.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do because the challenger has all of the momentum going into the show. So it's definitely a challenge. But I have two things under my belt. I am the only person to win two belts in the same show. At San Diego Anime Con, I took the tag belts from you, and then I won the Supernova in the same show. And ALA was our biggest roster.
Yeah. So, and you lost a belt, but you got a bigger belt.
So I had a feel. So when they messaged me, and was all like, "Yeah, so we got an idea for a tag match. Let's do the Hedgelords versus Dr. Doofenshmirtz and movie Ivo Robotnik." And I'm like, "Yo, it's my first defense, man. You need to relax, bro." You're gonna make me lose.
How do you think Sans and Papyrus felt? How do you think me and Papyrus felt? What is like?
You retained like 4 times.
Yeah, but still, it was like, oh, they're gonna do what? And then it's like we already decided that when it came time for us to give up the belt, it was gonna be for giving it to Isaac and Miria because it's like, oh no, here. But no, you guys came out and like, oh no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make a tag. We're gonna make this tag team, and we're gonna come out swinging. Like, oh,
it wasn't.
okay.
Dude, it wasn't even that. It was literally just, okay, we don't have a lot of people. Why don't we do a tag match? And I'm like, well, I'm doing Shadow, so I can't change because I have like makeup on and stuff like that. And then my buddy's like, well, I'll do Virgil. I can just change it out of that pretty quickly. It's like, fuck it, we have a tag team, the Edgy Boys. That's all that was.
Yeah.
And then so when we were planning that promo and stuff, like, because when we were planning that the bit that we did, he was like, "Do you care about winning the championships?" And I'm like, "Always, but what's your idea?" And he's like, "Well, we're not going to win with this, but listen to this." And I'm like, "I'm fucking down. I love it. Let's freaking do it." And then it just worked. So
yeah. But anyways, so final thoughts on the ALA show.
I loved it. This was our roster just gets better and better every year. Everybody just gets more and more like the competition's fierce. The problem is if I were to put everybody's on a tier list, nobody rated below B tier.
I agree with that.
Nobody rated below B tier. The problem is with everybody putting on A and S tier performances. Like there was people that didn't make it to round 2, and they did an S tier performance. I know we talked about Yato earlier as one example. There was more, but like everybody did so good. We had S tier performances that didn't make it to round 2. So the roster gets more and more stacked with these shows. Everybody's just getting better and better as time goes on, and I loved it. This is one of the best shows we've ever done.
Yeah, but again, this was just the first show of the year.
Oh yeah.
We have a lot more
Saying,
coming. And
so what are we confirmed for? So we're confirmed. We're doing the boat show, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
CarrierCon should be happening. Fanime is happening.
So it looks like we got CarrierCon in March. We are trying to do Fangia, which is going to be in April. Pacific Northwest shout outs. We got SakuraCon coming up in April.
Yep.
And then I know down here south we're doing Comic-Con Revolution towards the end of May, and of course there's Fanimania as well.
Yep.
So
there's still works of other shows, but I mean, there's shout outs for us going to Offkai, but again, that's something in the works. But we will not give out any confirmations or other news about it.
I don't think we're 100% on Fangia yet. I think that's something that's still in the pipelines as well too. But CarrierCon is confirmed, SakuraCon is confirmed, Comic-Con Revolution is confirmed, and Fanime is confirmed. So those are our next 4 shows coming up. I believe all of those should be live streamed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not,
if not, 100% they will all go up on the YouTube channel. Definitely check out the VODs. And yeah, if you're at your local con and we do not perform there, you let them know. Every con has a survey. Tell them, bring Cosplay Wrestling Federation. If you've never been to a Cosplay Wrestling Federation, you're clicking. Well, first of all, you've stuck around for this podcast for almost an hour, about an hour and a half, listening to us ramble about something you don't understand. You are a trooper. You are a real one. You are an MVP. And come to one of our shows. You're gonna freaking love it.
Oh yeah, 100%. And if you are one of our fans and one of our viewers, and you do want to perform with us, by all means, it is an open door. You can come in. You can ask us, and then we'll look at your stuff. And
this could be you one day. I started off in the crowd. I was at 2 different ALA shows, 2 different AX shows. And then I ran into somebody. I got the application. 3 years later, look at me now, baby.
Yep.
Just gonna, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no. Just
busy,
do it.
Give me 1 second.
Look, everybody, he wants to look. Here he goes. Here it comes. He's flaunting it. He's flaunting it.
This young nerd went from being just a mere fan to carrying the biggest company in cosplay sports entertainment on his shoulders. It's a heavy burden to bear, but I do it for you, the people, my loyal fans.
And another thing, and I tell this to everybody. I tell this to the fans, and I tell this to the roster. Remember, it's not about winning or losing. It's about the entertainment that we bring to every show, to all of our viewers, and also the people who invite us. We give them 100 and it's not even 100, it's 200%, man. And we give them the reason. We give the fans the reason to have them call us and show up at these shows. So shout outs to basically everybody. Shout outs to everybody in CWF universe. Y'all are good. Shout out to the fans. Y'all are awesome. Shout out to Omni. You're my boy.
Try to be looking like a Square Enix character with all these shows. Let's go. Oh my god. You know that actually fits perfectly because my Shadow cosplay actually has like a leather jacket and freaking the pants. That's so good. Oh man. That's funny.
And
anyway, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was done.
Okay, yeah. So Azure, do you have any socials that you want to plug?
Just plug in the CWF socials. Just we're on Twitter. We're not calling it X. we got the Patreon, we got the Twitch, as you all are on.
Yeah.
All of our VODs are going to show up on YouTube because we do have the YouTube and
Cosplay Wrestling Federation on YouTube. We're basically CWF Network just about everywhere else. Here on Twitter as well. I believe it's just Cosplay Wrestling Federation on YouTube.
I think it's
Yes, it
CWF
is.
Network.
No, it's YouTube is just straight up Cosplay Wrestling Federation. All the
Oh,
VODs
okay.
go up within. All the VODs usually go up within about 2 to 3 weeks after the show comes up. It's just sometimes we all have real lives, unfortunately. It takes a minute. But yeah, CWF Network, freaking follow the channel. We stream as many shows as we can here. Follow us on Twitter. You get updates for everything that's going on. Also follow us on Facebook because that is where we post the applications if you would like to perform with us right here. This is the best group of people that I think I've ever worked with. They are incredible. So definitely, if you want to, definitely check it out. Also, follow my boy Azure. He's gonna start streaming on Twitch pretty soon. Go ahead, let him know your Twitch, my dude, my boy.
Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitch when I start streaming again, it is Azure Mage 422, and I just do unboxings, retro games, and rhythm games, and also some fighting games. But if you want to see some roguelikes and some more Shadow the Hedgehog exposure and all other types of Nintendo fandom, let's shout out over there to Omni, ya champion, my boy.
Yeah, I do. I just kind of stream whatever I want. I'm doing a lot of Zelda Dungeons of Infinity. It's a Link to the Past themed roguelike right now. You can find me over at The Glorious Omni on Twitch. You can also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at The Glorious Omni. And the only handle I have that's different is my Instagram. You can find me at Stormwind Cosplay there because my original Glorious Omni account got hacked and I can't use that no more.
What the hell is Instagram?
I always forget I have an Instagram until until I go to a con and people are like, "What's your Instagram?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have one of those."
Anyway,
yeah. So thank you for listening. Can we call this season 2 of the CWF Backstage Pass?
let's just call it a reboot.
Yeah, the reboot of the CWF Backstage Pass. I think we're gonna try to get guests next week.
Oh yeah. So if you're free next weekend, hey, come over and check us out.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know because I believe we're gonna put this on our YouTube channel as well too. So let us know in the comments there where who you want to see, and we'll try to get who you want. I believe we're gonna be recording about this time every Sunday.
Do you want to make it Sunday or you want to make it a Saturday? Because last Saturday was, I mean, we'll talk about it.
You know what? First episode scuff. We have no idea when we're recording next because we do not have a schedule.
Yep.
But it'll be on the weekend.
It'll be on the weekend. That's just expect that. It'll be on the weekend.
All right. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody.
All right. Later.
We'll see you at the show.
Yep. Peace.